Ooh, you are listening to Keith Price's Curtain Call. This is Keith Price for Keith Price's Curtain Call, and we are at Primary Stages' press up front for their upcoming production of Exit Strategy, which is it's making its New York premiere here. Holter's play that has kind of had some interesting conversations in Chicago and Philadelphia, and I am now talking to Aimé, Donna Kelly, and Mr. Ray Lucas. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm really well. Yeah. So now, what are your roles in this? Because there's only one student in the show, and I just talked to Brandon. So you guys must be teachers, administrators. What's your story?
Yes.
How is this piece talking to you as your character? Tell me what's going on, because this is about education falling apart in America, people.
Well, I play Sadie, one of the teachers, obviously. And it's funny, I used to be a teaching artist in Philadelphia. So this play actually really hits home for me. There are a lot of schools closing in Philly, and I worked as a playwriting teacher. So dealing with students that were, going through all of these emotions, trying to get it out on paper when they had nowhere to go next year. Because there's no plan. When a school closes, they tell you, okay, you can go to that school that's 15 miles out of your neighborhood, or you can, figure out your life on your own. Wow. Yeah, so dealing with these students that are kind of put in the middle of this real life crisis, juniors that only have one more year to finish their high school, education, and they're at a loss. They're like, do I go? Do I spend that money and that time waking up at 3 a.m. to get to a school way out of my neighborhood? Or do I just find a job and call that life and start being an adult right now?
I mean, girl, she hit. Man, we just started and she just punching a bitch in the throat with this. I live for this.
That's 5 minutes of that if you come see the show.
Wait, so Ray, so tell me though, how do you fit into this puzzle?
Well, for me, I play Luce, who's one of the teachers also, Luce spelled Luce. For me, I'm from New York. I grew up here and I went to public school from K through 6. And then I went to private school and then Catholic school. So I kind of got to see a few different, experiences. And I just remember this has really made me think back on that because, some of the stuff when I was in public school, it just kind of seemed normal to me because that's where I started out. And then when I got to different schools and I was like, oh, wow, it was different. And I know it's complicated. I know it's, it's above my pay grade, but it's, how are we not together on education? It's just unreal to me.
So here we are now. I've been having conversations so far with lots of the cast members, and one of the things that I'm coming across in just the last 2 conversations that I've had is, where is the priority for education? I may worked as in the actual system, and you could see how they don't care.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
How did you get up and go to work as a teacher every day and deal with that?
It's amazing. Some of the teachers that I worked with, especially in the primary elementary school, those teachers are heroes. Dealing with 6th graders, that are right. Oh my gosh. Dealing with 6th graders every day, waking up at 6 a.m. to get to school by 7. And they are, you talk about performers that are ready at the drop anytime on. No, those teachers are way, way, way better than us with that, able to just go with a student that's a hot mess and being able to help them and guide them through life. And I don't know how we don't pay more attention to these teachers, really the heroes of our communities, seriously, without them, really, where would any of us be?
Wow. That's Miss Aimé, Donna Kelly, and giving it to you, baby, giving it to you. And Ray Lucas. I'm so stupid because I'm all caught up in this. Ray Lucas, yes. And again, so Ray, you're part of you've seen both sides, as private school and public school. And so you recognize, as I may said, the importance of the teachers. Who were important teachers to you guys?
Well, this play is actually, I always had a great appreciation, but has taken my appreciation to a whole other level for in particular, I'm playing a math teacher in this, and one of my most influential teachers was a math teacher. It's my high school math teacher, and he also, I was even shyer than I am now, and he got me into the speech and debate program. He was also the speech and debate coach, and that sort of opened up for me, a path to wanting to become an actor. But it also, just the time, I mean, I think of him like, he did so many different things, after his full workload at the end of the day, he was, coaching all these extracurriculars, and we get out of there at like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then he's got to go home and like do his work over that. Yeah. And I mean, there's not enough, there's not enough support that could be given to a teacher, I feel. I know it's complicated. I know there's a lot of, right. But I mean, I remember, I've been lucky with wonderful teachers, and I had one teacher I remember on the flip side who, would just sit there and be like, I get paid whether you guys learn or not, and I wonder, like, how could we give that teacher more support, right. So that they don't, it's a lot. It's been I don't know how we can look at, when they list like countries, rank in education and, whatever. It's like, we're first in prisons, but
Well, but you say that now, Ray Lucas. You talk about that we're first in prisons and we're like, 8,000th in education. Right. And it's like, has anybody looked at the correlation of the fact that maybe because we don't have a very educated society that we have a whole lot of people in prison. Right. And I think we're making a lot of money, at least these corporations are, keeping people in prison. But think about the money you could make if you actually educated and spent some time with those same people, giving them a reason to go out and be part of this world and be part of this world in which they are creating and bringing new things in.
I think of everything that all of my, and this is across the board, whether when I was in public school, Catholic school, or private school, I mean, the compensation, when you think about what we pay, I don't know, I think of like teachers, firefighters, people who there's not a lot of public glory in that, but there's nothing but risk and, full investment of their time and, going above and beyond and caring for, forming lives, shaping lives and saving lives like with firefighters. But
and education is saving lives.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How is that exactly? And how is that commensurate with compensation? Again, I know it's a complicated issue. I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but I didn't have a single teacher that I could think of that I remember that I was aware of who was, by New York standards, barely breaking, lower middle or upper lower class or lower middle class,
Yeah.
It's above my pay grade because I don't know the answers.
But the thing
but
is,
it has to be at the forefront of what we're talking about.
I think as much money as we're spending on things like an election.
Right.
If you think about that money that's being spent in just that conversation, and you took that and put that in somebody's budget to give teachers enough money to buy school supplies.
Trump, hello.
So here we are now at this point. Like, what you're influenced by this piece. This piece is talking to you about the education in America. What would you say to these politicians that are having this conversation in front of people that yet to this moment I have not heard education talked about?
Mr. Trump, okay? You want to spend that money on a wall? How about you put that money back into the schools, okay? In New York City. Okay, where you live and you're from. Why don't we get on that for a minute, okay? Put that money right back here at home, okay? Help the people that need it. Let's do that. Let's start there. Let's just start there.
I think there's so many places to profit immensely in this country, and I just don't think that, there should be some things that are a little protected, like education, healthcare, basic services. There's plenty of money to be made anywhere else without like bleeding these areas dry, and that's the foundation for everything. So,
well, Aimé, Donna Kelly, thank you for giving me my jolt this morning, and you too, Ray Lucas, because how you doing? Yeah, I said it. As you'll see in the show. Let me tell you something. Primary Stages, they're about to turn us out now with Exit Strategy. And again, the conversation on a serious tip of talking about education in America. It's sort of like, as I sit here now and continue to do these conversations with other cast members, it dawns on me how lucky I was to be the age that I was going to public school, to have the interactions. Like, one of my favorite people now is still my 10th grade English teacher, who to this day at years old, we are still, because you don't need to know that we still have a correspondence. And even until the time she retired, that was always her complaint about the fact that being a teacher really is unappreciated and certainly lacking the level of merit that they should be given and the attention that they should be given. And so, man, if art imitates life, imitating art, then exit strategy is certainly going to be a piece that people need to pay attention to. And it's going to certainly be a piece that I think across the country, if it's like one of those, they do this show everywhere else around here, it's gonna talk to some people. So again, that's exitstrategyprimarystages.org. Go to their website, find out all about this piece. Go find Aimé Donna Kelly, honey, because I'm looking at you now, and I know you did Disgraced in Philly, so I'm looking at you. So I'm seeing Miss Jory right here. Hello, I see her. Woo! And Ray Lucas, I don't care what you do. You just do whatever you need to do, because how you doing, Poppy? Anyway. This is insane. Let's just do this. So we are, again, Exit Strategy Primary Stages. Go find Miss Aimé. Go find Ray. And again, thank you guys for taking your time with me and taking your time to do this piece, because this just, as I keep talking to people, it's like there's fire in this. And so, again, y'all get out there and save your children.
It really is. All of this, all the laughter, it's in there. For sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. All right. And we will be back.